Hi and welcome to I Design My Life. I'm Sumit and I'm a life and a mind coach. So today we are going to discuss something which affects almost every one of us, and that is habits. So today we are going to discuss behavior and habits. Habit is a function of our mind. So the moment I talk about our mind, I'm going to introduce you to your two minds. Your evil mind and your angel mind. Your evil mind is your short-term mind. It is about short-term pleasures. It is about instant gratification. What it wants is short-term pleasures. So it looks at Facebook. It checks WhatsApp messages every now and then. It distracts, it eats sweets. So it is all about short-term gains. Our angel mind is a long-term mind. It thinks long-term. It is a visionary. It plans. It thinks about our health. It thinks about our happiness. It thinks about our sustainable peace, happiness, and pleasure. So, habit is always a fight between these two minds. And this is what we are going to cover in today's video. How we can make our angel mind win, and how we can set up our environment to ensure that it is aligned to our goals and support us in achieving our goals. So let's quickly check where we are in the success framework, because we have covered a lot of things. So let's quickly check where we are. So we talked about our minds, then we moved on to the goals. We talked about the G vibe system or the good vibe system. So today we are going to cover the environment and the behavior part of the G vibe system. First we are going to talk about our behaviors, which is the habits. To ensure that we are reaching our goal, we need to ensure that our habits are aligned to our goals. We are doing those things on day-to-day basis, which will allow us to get to our goals. If our habits are not in alignment with our goals, then unfortunately, we are not going to get to our goals. I am giving you a document related to your behavior and environment. Once you have set up your daily goals, you can utilize this to see if your environment and behavior is aligned to your goals and is correctly set up to ensure that you are getting closer to your goals. So, before I get deeper into the session, I would quickly like to cover how habits are formed in the first place. So we have already covered our mind was divided into two parts: the subconscious or the unconscious mind, or the conscious mind. So what happens is, when we learn something new, it always goes to the conscious mind and then it is passed on to the subconscious mind. And once that activity is repeated over a period of time, it becomes a part of the subconscious mind and it gets automated. So after that, you do not have to engage your conscious mind in that activity. For example, we've talked about driving. The moment you've learned about driving, your mind does not have to get engaged in how the gears are working or how the clutches are working, what is the combination going right or wrong. So your mind does not have to get involved in that. It is freed up. Your conscious mind is freed up to do any other activity, and that's what you do. You would realize when you're driving a bike or a car, your mind is constantly thinking about things which have got nothing to do with driving. So our subconscious mind is about repetition. So let's see what happens when habits are formed. So let me take an example of WhatsApp. So let's say a WhatsApp notification came on your phone. What do you do after that? You just go and pick up that phone and quickly check the messages. When you've checked the messages, then you have a Facebook icon in your system as well. You go to Facebook. You go and look at the Facebook, and there you read a blog about something interesting. From there, you reach that website where that blog was written. That's when this smaller activity became such a large activity and you got distracted. Now think about it for a second. When you were checking the WhatsApp message, did you think about it? I think you would not have thought about it. It has become a subconscious pattern. You don't have to even think, your hand just reaches out to the phone, you check the WhatsApp message and you go on from there. So it's a habit you have developed. I'm sure this habit got developed when you would have repeated it for multiple infinite number of times. And that's how these habits get built up. The moment you procrastinate again, and then it becomes a part of you. And this is what subconscious is about. So let's look at this loop again. When you learn anything new, the process is like you get a trigger, it goes to your conscious mind, it goes to your subconscious mind, and then things happen. So this is the loop. Now, when something has become a habit, your loop is a trigger event comes and it directly gets fed into the subconscious mind. And that's where your actions come out from. So a habit is a deeply embedded subconscious function. Your conscious is not involved in that, your awareness is not involved in that. So the question comes now, what do we need to do to break this habit, or any habit for that matter? So we have already seen that we can attack any of these parts in this entire loop. We can attack the memory by creating visualizations over there. We can attack our thoughts by thinking more about that. We can attack the feelings portion by observing how we are feeling, and we can attack the action portion. If we attack any of these portions and we get the desired results, then we create positive references for ourselves, and that's when this loop starts shaking. So let's look at this loop in detail. So when we talked about visualization, we attacked the memory portion of it. Today we are going to attack the section between the feelings and the action part. So we are going to zoom in on it. As human beings, we are driven by feelings. We feel like having that sweet. We feel like not going to the gym. We feel like lying on the bed. We feel like not visiting our friends. So we are feeling driven. Our feelings are controlled by these two minds, our angel mind and our evil mind. It is always a struggle between these two minds. Whichever mind is winning, we do that. More often than not, when we have bad habits or when we have feelings which are not in alignment with our goals, it's our evil mind which is winning. Because evil mind is about short-term pleasure. It is about instant gratification. So what we have to understand is, how do we let our feelings being controlled by our angel mind? When these two minds are fighting, how do we ensure that we make our angel mind win? So now we have to find a way through which we can allow our feelings be controlled by our angel mind. So that is the problem we have to resolve over here. So how can we do that? Let's try to look at this. So let's assume there is a game between this angel mind and your evil mind. It's like a tug of war. What are the rules? First, whichever mind gets fed more, it wins. So when we have a bad habit, then we have fed our evil mind more. It is much stronger than our angel mind when this fight is happening. So to make our angel mind win, we need to feed it little more. So the equation we have to resolve is, how do I feed my angel mind more? And these are the steps we are going to discuss now. So first basic rule remains the same. Whichever mind gets fed more, it becomes stronger. Till now we have been feeding our evil mind. So our feelings are being driven by our evil mind. Somehow we have to reach a situation where we start feeding our angel mind more, because we have to make it stronger. So we need to feed more. So how do we do that? To feed our angel mind more, we need to listen to it more. You will always know whenever you are doing something wrong. or you do not feel like doing something. So we all have that voice inside which is always talking to us. It's that angel mind's voice. It says, let's do it. You made a promise that you will go to the gym. Go now. You made a promise that you will not eat the sweets. You made a promise that you will study for 2 hours. You always have that voice inside you. Now, the more you delay it, the more it loses control. So when you hear this right voice, you have to act there and then to make your angel mind win. The more delay you do, your evil mind starts getting involved. Because it has become a seasoned professional by now. It is very, very strong. So the more time you give to take an action, it will get involved, and the chances of your angel mind winning goes less as the time passes. So the moment you hear this voice from your angel mind, which is the right voice or the true voice or the voice of God, you have to act on it. The more the delay, the less your chances of making your angel mind win. And that's the only rule. The moment you hear that voice, act on it. So now I'm going to talk about the strategy how you can do it. And the name of this strategy is Act Now Strategy. The strategy I'm going to talk about is an adopted version of Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. My heartfelt thanks to Mel for sharing this wonderful tool with the world. It is very simple. You can follow it with me. Just close your eyes and see this word now in front of your eyes. Just make it as big as you can, and it should be right in front of your eyes. There should be nothing between you and the word now. So once you have created this image, keep it over there. And now act on it whenever I say. So whenever you hear this voice of your angel mind, just count in reverse order. 3, 2, 1, and get that image right in front of your eyes. And then make a movement. Move from that place. Each and every step is very, very necessary. So I'm going to repeat it. Whenever you hear this true voice, 3, 2, 1, now act. 3, 2, 1, now move. There is a science behind it. First of all, you are not allowing your evil mind to come in and have a discussion with your angel mind. This is one. Second, your mind always follows your body. So the moment you move, your physiology changes, your body changes. And the moment your body changes, your mind changes as well. You can just try this technique. You don't have to know the science behind it. Just try this out. Now, whenever you hear that voice, 3, 2, 1, now, and move from that place. And it will do wonders for you. The moment you have attacked this action portion, you would start feeding your angel mind. And the principle remains the same. Whosoever is fed more gets stronger. So do not let your evil mind get into the game. The moment you hear that voice, act on it and make your angel mind win. The moment your angel mind will win, it will grow stronger. And a day will come, then it will become more stronger than your evil mind. And then your evil mind will die down slowly. So that is the only process. So you have to act now. Whenever you hear that voice, act now. Now till now I've told you a strategy which you can use to change your habit and feed your angel mind. Now there's a question over here. Can I do something that I do not have to fight this battle at all? And that's where this environment thing comes in. So let me share an example with you. So when I was trying to eat healthy and I was trying to work on my weight, I always had this struggle. So there were two things which were a botheration for me. One was, whenever I used to see something lying on the table, a sweet or a donut or anything, I used to have this internal chatter and a battle begin inside between the angel mind and the evil mind. And I had to fight that battle. And that battle consumed my energy. Now there were moments like when I was very hungry, when I was angry, when I was lonely, or when I was tired, or whenever I had less willpower. That's the time I gave my evil mind a chance to win. This is first. Second, I also realized that I don't know where this habit got formed, but I had this habit of walking into my room and then going to the kitchen, opening up the fridge, and then looking at what is lying in the fridge. That was again a temptation to my eyes. And the moment I saw things lying in the fridge, I again had that chatter. So this war between the evil mind and the angel mind began. Now the question is, why do I have to fight this battle in the first place? Why can I not set up my environment in a way that I do not have to get into this kind of an energy consuming battle? And that's where this environment comes in. So we have to ensure that our environment is aligned and gives us the opportunity to behave in a way which takes us closer to our goals. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're getting to work and you want 2 hours of productive work, or you're going to study. You do not want any distractions over there. So just ensure that your phone is not kept over there. It is lying in a different room so that you do not have access to it. Why would you like to get into a struggle with yourself where you have a notification and you have an internal chat inside, whether I should look at it or whether I should not look at it? So just change your environment. Just put those things aside. Just put those distractions aside. And this is how you can create your environment which allows you to get closer to your goals. So I'm going to repeat the strategies which you can use to get yourself closer to your goals. First, create an environment that you do not have any distractions. 2, just become aware of this loop. Become aware of this habit, because the more you will become aware, the more your angel voice will become stronger. Now the moment you listen to your angel voice, follow the rule, act now rule. 3, 2, 1, now move your body. And this is what you have to follow. If you will repeat it over a period of time, you will start winning. You will change this habit because you've done things to change your habit. You've changed the visualization. That helps you. Then when you are taking action, you're not listening to your feelings. You're feeding your angel mind. And your angel mind has to win for you to feel right and take the action. What needs to happen is when you are listening to your angel mind, you're bypassing the feelings because you're not giving your evil mind to participate in that discussion. You're just using the act now rule and you're just acting on it. So I'll repeat the rule once again for you. 3, 2, 1, now move. Please repeat and say to yourself, I am responsible for my life and I design my life.